Do you think the others are making good progress? Hope it's all going smoothly. Oh, hey look! They made it back as well! Flint's! Llama! How did it all go?
All is well, thank you. Nefer and Yehoda had to stay at the curatorium to wrap things up, so they won't be joining us for now.
I ran into Miss Anefa and Miss Aino on the way back. Their work is still in progress, so I suspect they won't be back for a while either.
You seem rather cheerful today, Mr. Flint's.
I certainly am. I achieved what I set out to do and came away with more than I bargained for. Fighting alone can get quite tedious, but I had the good fortune to run into a pair of brave young warriors.
We meet again. How have you been?
Albedo! What are you doing here?
That would be a natural assumption to make. It's also the correct one.
These two courageously lent me a hand while I was fighting the Wild Hunt. When they told me they were Servarka's colleagues, it all made sense. And given how people of outstanding talent tend to cross paths, it's no wonder you're already acquainted.
So, who's your travel buddy, Albedo?
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
A gentleman of few words, I see. And a rather stern countenance. I presumed you were acquainted with him. Is that not the case?
It's nice to meet you. Again. We've technically met before.
Wait a sec! You're Minnie Durin!
That's right. It's me. I'm glad to see you again.
By the way, he says it's okay if you drop the mini.
Yeah, I'm not as mini as I used to be.
Interesting, isn't it? The first step towards blending into human society.
Wow! You look so different! In a good way, of course. It's great to see you looking so healthy.
Thank you, Paimon. And although you're as mini as ever, I understand.
Wow! You're such a smooth talker now.
Personally, I think our little Paimon is the perfect size. When people call her Little Paimon, it's just because she's so adorable that they can't help themselves. If that's not a sign of
You're absolutely right, Miss Lauma.
Anyway, speaking of long journeys, didn't Katarin Columbina leave with you? How come she isn't back yet?
She's been catching up with old friends. Wouldn't be surprised if she stopped for a cup of tea. Uh-oh. People are talking about me.
Judging from your expressions, I'm guessing it all went well?
It's getting crowded here. I'll go grab some chairs.
No need. This is a job for an alchemist. I'll whip some up momentarily.
Thank you for your hospitality, ladies and gentlemen, but I was merely escorting my friends back. I'll be meeting Zandrone shortly, as we still have some things to discuss. It's been a pleasure, everyone. But this is where I'll say goodbye.
We really appreciate your help.
Oh, come on. Spare the formalities. I'm just glad I could help out some true friends.
I understand. Well, bye for now, Harlequino.
Oh, this place is hopping. It's probably a good thing one of us left. Otherwise, we might not fit all these people in.
Are you saying we're about to run out of chairs?
As a matter of fact, I am. Come on in and see for yourself.
I overheard your little chit-chat outside, by the way. With Miss Columbina's colleague gone, we should be back to the original crew plus the other colleagues I brought in. Though, it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed to rope in a colleague too?
Frankly, you and Paimon are the only people I know here.
This here is Deanslip, colleague of Tibet's greatest guide, Paimon, and greatest adventurer, the Traveler. Well, not exactly colleagues, more sort of friends.
When someone else jumps in to do the announcing, you know you're speaking to someone important.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Note to self. Once Paimon knows your name, the rest of the world will soon follow.
When he comes looking for us, it's usually something important.
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were to say that the Wild Hunt is our mutual enemy, would that earn me a seat at the table?
As the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Mr. Dainsleif, there's a seat with your name on it. Though, I can't promise the same for everyone else. Hey, Albedo, think you can rustle up a couple more chairs?
After all this time apart, Grandmaster Varka's first order is to rustle up a couple more chairs. I've missed this.
Is he being sarcastic?
Hey, he's your brother. Why are you asking us?
I've still got a lot to learn about the nuances of human conversation.
Oh, good point. Paimon gets you now.
I wonder what's taking Nefer so long.
Perhaps you should go and check in with her. If anyone can hurry her along, it's you.
I just got back from the curatorium. Besides, aren't you curious to see what's taking her so long?
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to share secrets. And since gathering intel is her specialty, I'm guessing she'd prefer to keep her methods confidential. Under such circumstances, would it not be tactless for me to impose?
Oh, but it's fine for me to impose.
What can I say? You have an unrivaled ability to garner people's affection, Miss Moonchanter. Besides, you have far more in common with her than I do.
All right, then.
Impressive. She barely fought back at all. I admire your powers of persuasion, my friend.
As I'm sure Miss Lauma will realize soon enough, the trick in life is to always pitch in with other people's responsibilities so that you can be selective with your own.
Another trick is to simply hide in the background.
Spoken like a true sage.
Anyway, looks like we've got some time to kill before the meeting. Let's take a little breather, folks. And feel free to chat amongst yourselves. We'll get down to business once the other two arrive.
You're both awfully quiet. Why don't I start us off with an icebreaker?
Much obliged.
Have either of you ever had your portrait painted? If not, I'd be glad to help.
That sounds like a lovely idea. You know how to paint that?
I dabble occasionally.
He's an excellent painter. Tables, chairs, people, dragons, you name it. He'll paint it for you.
I'm flattered.
If I ever get the chance, I'd like to give it a try myself.
I'll bear that in mind. Anyway, how about you, Durin?
Oh, I'd be whatever style feels best to...
Very well. Then I'll play it by ear.
You can replicate any style I want?
I can try. If you show me a sample, I'll do my best to match it.
Thank you. In that case, I'll dig up some reference material for you.
Is there something you'd like to say to me?
Yeah! For starters, why'd you just show up here without even giving us a heads up?
If you think back to our previous interactions, you may recall that that's hardly out of character.
You do have a point there. Oh yeah! You'll need to find somewhere to stay the night too, right? Want to tag along with us?
Sure. Let's do that.
Great! Paimon will hit... And in return, we can get Dainslift to be our very own personal bodyguard.
If that's what you had in mind, you should have said so sooner.
Oh, okay then. Anyway, since we're all here together, we might...
Indeed.
Truth be told, I can't remember the last time I was in a meeting with so many people.
You're not alone there, my friend. The Lightkeepers also struggle to bring everyone together for a serious discussion.
I don't doubt that. I've only ever met two Ratniki, one being you, and the other being that young guy, Eatlua.
Eatlua is a good apple. I'll give him that. He's kind, honest, and regularly delivers supplies to my lighthouse. A true Ratnik to the core.
So you're what? A fake Ratnik? That's what it sounds like you're saying. But I get the feeling that's not quite what you meant. Come on, why the...
Sorry. I'm not even gonna bother trying to hide it. You've known all along, haven't you, my friend? Now, that was an awkward silence.
Let's just keep this between ourselves. Probably best if Eatlua doesn't know, huh?
That goes without saying. Gotta be careful what you share with youngsters, after all.
Anyone else in the know? Let me guess.
It's dangerous being too sharp for one's own good, you know.
Then, in the name of the Animo Archon Barbados himself, I swear, your secret's safe with me.
When we went for drinks, you said that you and Barbados were practically best buds.
Of course. Just as long as you don't go spreading around the fact that I'm close with Barbados, all right?
Fair enough, then. Nothing like a bit of mutual leverage to seal the bonds of friendship.
Ah, Miss Nefer. You made it after all. But what about Yehoda?
I'm here to give you an update on how things are going on our end. Once this is over, I'll be heading straight back to continue my work.
So much.
Not so loud! We're on a roll here!
Did you say something, Mr. Varka?
Huh? I didn't say anything. Right, Flints?
Must have been a frog. They get so noisy around here at nighttime.
Anyway, before we begin, there's a few introductions to make. Let me start by saying that it's an honor to be speaking before so many distinguished colleagues and collaborators. First up, we have Miss Lauma. As Moon Chanter, she's the leader of the Frost Moon Scions, a local religious community in Nodcry. Then there's Miss Nefer, boss of the Curatorium of Secrets, an intel gatherer extraordinaire. Nefer is leading the investigation into Rerer's background, assisted by Yehoda and Lauma. From the little I've heard, they're making some great progress. Over here, we have Mr. Flintz, a Ratnik and guardian of the abandoned lighthouse. In our last operation, he courageously distracted the Wild Hunt to buy time for the rest of us. For those of you who've never met, this is Mr. Albedo, a renowned alchemist and captain of the Knights of Favonius investigation team. By his side is a new face for us all, myself included, Mr. Durin. Next up, we have the Moon Maiden and former Fatui Harbinger, Miss Columbina. Then we have the Traveler, who's earned more titles than I could possibly hope to list out, so I'll spare you the rundown. And Paimon, the ultimate travel companion and quite possibly the best guide in all of Tevat.
Whoa! That's a lot of people.
Miss Nefer, it looks like you might have another job coming your way, so...
You think I haven't got enough on my hands as it is?
That would be me, Miss Nefer. I have a commission for you.
And you are?
Who I am doesn't matter right now.
Well, it's not as if we never take on anonymous commissions, but it...
It's my eyes, isn't it?
Conrian, I assume. And what's with the mask? Are you trying to hide your identity? In any case, the fact that you're even still alive raises an awful lot of questions for me.
My name is Dainsleif. And yes, I am from Conria. As I'm sure you're aware, the Raker of Solnari's real name is Rerir.
Really? Then you must have been quite an influential figure yourself.
You flatter me, but none of that matters anymore. My point was simply to clarify why I have asked Miss Nefer to investigate Rerir's background.
So you're both from Conria, and it sounds like you used to be friends. What am I missing here? Surely you already know how he became one of the Five Sinners.
I'll tell you everything I know. The history of Conria, the names and identities of the Five Sinners. I have never spoken openly of this before. But the truth was exactly as people say. The Five Sinners were each driven by their own desires, and it was by playing upon these that the Abyss tempted them to their fall. The visionary, Vedifenir, who wished to foretell the future. The wise, Haroptatir, who sought limitless knowledge. Gold, Rhindaughter, who desired to create life. The foul, Sertologi, who pursued supreme strength. And last, but not least, Raker of Solnari, Rerir, Ravager of the Moon. Of the five, Rerir is the only one who remains a mystery to me. He never harbored grand ambitions.
In other words, you're saying that his change came as a shock to you?
That's right.
You mentioned how the Abyss tempted them, which led to their fall. But what did that look like in practice?
Strangely, now that it comes to it, the fateful night took place during the era of the Eclipse Dynasty. One day, my elder brother, the visionary, Vedifenir, was summoned to the palace by the Vinster King, only for the king to gouge out his eyes and cast him into the dungeons. When I came to hear of this, my fury knew no bounds. Centuries on, the memories of that night still haunt me. But then, I was betrayed. Even Vedifenir, the very person I had come to rescue, abandoned me and partook of the Abyss's power.
So, it's personal after all. Then tell me, Mr. Dainsleif, what price are you willing to pay?
I cannot say what price would be worthy of such a commission. But know this. Uncovering the truth of Rerir's past is the only way to unravel this mystery.
Sounds pretty good to me. Feels like we just flagged down a random passerby, only to discover he's actually a master strategist who has a score to settle with our enemy.
Can I borrow your halo? It could be useful in the lighthouse.
Hey, enough with the wisecracks! Besides, isn't that lamp of yours bright enough already?
Relax. It was meant to be a compliment.
I'll give your proposal some serious thought, Mr. Dainsleif.
Before that, there's a few...
Now that we've united the hearts of the three moons, Your power should be greatly enhanced.
I believe it will take a... You've done so much for me, so I want to be completely honest with you all. From the moment I was born, my power has been slowly ebbing away. So far, I have yet to find a solution. Even so, I will do everything in my power to help you drive out the Rayhir of Solnari. As Arlecchino put it, this is not about chasing the spoils of victory. It's just a gesture of heartfelt gratitude.
Kutar.
Defeating the Rayhir of Solnari will be no easy task. While my strength slowly...
Naturally. We should take all the help we can get if we hope to defeat him.
We've considered several viable plans now, but our choice hinges on the answers to a few key questions. Is it even possible to kill Rayhir? What experiences shaped the person or monster he became? And what's he really after? Given Albedo's expertise in alchemy, I think we should leave him to try and answer the first of these questions.
Understood.
As for the other two, I'm afraid we'll have to count on you again, Miss Nefer. Believe me when I say it's not my wish to burden you.
So you're placing all your hopes on me?
We can't thank you enough for agreeing to help us.
You sure have a talent for changing your tune, Miss Moonchanter. Timid like Yehoda one moment, then flinches insincere flattery the next.
Ladies, please. I must object to your portrayal of me. That's all. Feel free to keep bickering. Just pretend I'm not here.
I almost don't want to leave this room. I'm curious to see how this plays out.
I have faith in you, Miss Nefer. Something tells me you'll stand by us until the very end.
Oh? And what makes you so sure of that?
This isn't about the money. I can sense that you've got a deep-seated distaste for Rayhir. And knowing you, that alone is motive enough.
Look at them getting along so well. Like two peas in a pod.
And I'm the one they accuse of insincere flattery. There is no justice.
Miss Lauma, you have to understand something.
Is that right? Well, maybe the fact that I'm willing to put my hopes in other people says more about me than you.
Anyway, we've got our plan, so Mr. Dainsleif, let's talk. And Traveler, once we're finished, if you've nothing else planned, I'd like you to come with me.
This whole experience is teaching me a lot.
Hate to say it, friend, but that's one of the funniest things I've heard in a while.
Why? You think I've got it wrong?
Quite the opposite. But what makes it so hilarious is how long it's taken you to realize.
Thank you for waiting.
It's okay. We actually used the time to help Dainsleif get a room at the hotel.
That's very considerate of you. Now, I trust you share my curiosity about Rayhir's past. We spoke at some length after the meeting. He was the one who suggested I should invite you to join this operation.
Dane has a lot of faith in us, that's for sure.
Likewise. I appreciate that you got right on board without interrogating me about why I invited you. It shows that you trust me to explain everything in due course.
That's because we know what you're capable of. We appreciate you too, Nefer.
That's one way to put it. Another is this, that once a decision's been made, it's set in stone. After that, my only goal is to see it through. Alright, so here's how it is. I'm going to access Rayhir's thoughts again using my confidential method. Now, I'm sure you've seen things like this before on your travels, The reason I've gathered you all here is to ensure my safety during the proceedings. I plan for us to enter the fragment of his consciousness together, and once inside, think of this as a diving expedition into someone's brain. If I'm the diver, you are my safety equipment, tasked with keeping me alive while I'm under the surface. Once the ceremony begins, we will all be spying on privileged information. But in the interests of safety, you must remain absolutely silent at all. Lastly, any individuals of a weaker constitution are advised not to partake in the ceremony. In any...
Well, good luck, everyone! Sounds like I'll...
There's a little more to it than that. I was being serious when I said you have a job to do. While in the event that something goes wrong, you will be our first responder. I don't anticipate any issues, but the extra level of safety will be greatly appreciated.
I second that. This is a dangerous operation here.
So, Paimon's like... the lifeguard? Yeah, that makes sense.
Good. Please, take a seat. We'll get started momentarily.
So, did Mr. Dainsleif tell you anything else?
He told me that he believes Rarier kept some big secrets in his life. He's not sure that they were the cause of his eventual downfall, but he's asked me to uncover what those secrets were all the same.
But surely you're not planning to go through with this.
If you think that, you'd be overestimating me. But I do have my own professional reasons for taking this job. You think I'd turn down the opportunity to get a first-hand glimpse into Conrian history? No chance.
Well, as long as you don't let morbid curiosity get in the way of safety concerns, we're good. We'll do...
You're such a killjoy.
All right, I'm good to go.
All set over here, too.
Promise, Paimon, you'll be extra careful.
All right. Let your whole body relax. Close your eyes. Phew. Could this be his office? Pretty standard setup. But according to Dainsleif, Rarier used to be an intelligence operative. Is this where you keep your secrets? A file tucked inside a folder. The title reads, It's... But at this stage, I have no idea who any... Wonder what kind of Aha! It's an audio recording.
Please, hear me out. I can't shake this feeling that someone's been spying on our house. No, I'm not being paranoid. It's true. I saw someone dressed in all black.
There's a note in the margin. Surveillance of the Runfarther residence has... Could the voice in the recording be... Bookshelves full of documents. Looks like these are all files, packed with the personal details of individual Conrians. The Crimson Moon dynasty preceded the eclipse. Since Rarier worked as a secret agent during the latter, it stands to reason that he was tasked with purging remnants of the old dynasty. Yep, lines up exactly with what Dainsleif told. He looks even gloomier than last time.
Today's files are in. Time to wade through them, just like... Male, 51. Occupation, cook. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Neutralized... This one should be archived under Purged. Female, 23. Occupation, office clerk. Neutralized. Another one for purged target. Sounds like she was that other man's daughter. Male, 40. Neutralized. Just another nobody for the archive. Come to think of it, I remember surveilling this man. A case like his never would have been considered a priority in the past. Female, 16. Occupation, neutralized. Filed. I have no recollection of this girl. Female, 13. Neutralized. Filed. Neutralized and... Male.
It's funny, isn't it? Your job is becoming both harder and easier at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Sooner or later, the Crimson Moon descendants will be completely wiped out. But as their numbers dwindle, they become harder and harder to track down.
That's not how it is.
Fortunately, however, most of the able-bodied adults have already been taken care of. The remaining weaklings will be increasingly easy to deal with.
No! No. My job is to ensure the survival of the Eclipse Dynasty. And the only way to do that is by eliminating any and all potential threats. It's a perfectly legitimate... Every single one of my colleagues can attest to my fairness. And if my friends were aware of the facts, I know they'd back me up too. Assuming, of course, that they were aware of all the facts. Mr. Vedifalnir, it's been quite some time since we last met.
Rerir, I trust you're here because you have something important to discuss.
Forgive me. I wasn't tuning out, it's just, I noticed you didn't even phrase that as a question. Tell me, does someone in your position ever feel the need to ask questions?
It is indeed within my power to foresee certain things. Things like your arrival.
I was just thinking. It won't be long before...
That isn't a lie, but nor is it a fact as such.
No fooling a prophet.
Ever since that day we met for drinks, I knew it was only a matter of time before you came looking for me.
Does it feel good? Knowing how the future will unfold.
I'm afraid the notions of good and bad fail to capture the complexity of what such a power entails. You fear my silence, and long to hear the words I left unspoken that day.
That's right.
You must have noticed my reluctance to broach the subject, and the reason is simple. The burden of prophecy was never meant for your shoulders.
So who exactly do you deem worthy to hear your prophecies?
Or rather, our king as he once was.
You're closer to His Majesty than I am.
You say that as though it is to my benefit. Yet precisely because of that, I dare not speak rashly.
You are so wise.
You make a fair point. Very well then, let me offer you some advice. And I say this not for many reasons. There is very little chance of your marriage ending in happiness.
Hold on. There's that same black fog again. Could this memory belong to Thelindis?
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got his name is Rerir.
What did
A cruel irony, isn't it?
Why are you...
Simple. It's I want you to kill him. You are the only person...
No, absolutely not.
So you'll just stand by and watch him slaughter us to the last?
The blood of the Crimson Moon? What does that map? You think that alone is reason enough for me to throw away every...
Why wouldn't it be? You two were once a child of the Crimson Moon. Just like me.
As long as you promise to abandon this pipe dream of restoring your dynasty.
Persuade the Vinster King? Do you even know why he's so obsessed with hunting us down? Why he keeps trying to force us to hand over the Vinster King? A blind fool. His eyes clouded by powers from beyond this world. A petty little man with a miser's heart. If you can't bring yourself to do it, so be it.
The Rehir of Solnari. That really is quite a secret you've been keeping from me, Revere. But who am I to talk? Love should be built on honesty. Is it really so wrong to hide things that would only make life harder? Vedifulnir must have known all this. And that's why he made his prophecy. But I won't just sit by and watch this disaster unfold, no matter who I have to...
Huh? Was that Revere who just walked past the window? Doesn't it give you the chills that he still takes the same road to work every day? As if nothing ever happened.
Those people at the deli.
Enough already. They're clearly pretty taken by their own disguises, so just smile and play along. Pull the rug from under beasts like that, and you'll risk having your throat torn out.
Deli. Oh. They're talking about those people from the opposition. Right. I'd almost forgotten they used to run a deli. People of no consequence always vanish so easily. And no one even remembers them.
But surely you can see he's not the man he pretends to be! So many have died already, and they say that the king's madness grows with each passing day. We're not going to survive this, are we? But why does it have to be this way? Thelindis! Are you even listening?
Sorry, Freether. I heard you, though. He's just following the king's orders. He's a secret agent, and it's his job to hunt down rebels.
By the time you first met him, he'd already taken lives.
No. Revere has no idea I have anything to do with the Crimson Moon. My family are only distant relatives of the main lineage, and truth be told, apart from my teacher, pretty much no one knows I have any connection to any of it.
But as Orlog said, who could possibly talk sense into that raving lunatic of a—
I'll work something out. Trust me, I'm with you. Don't forget that Revere is an Eclipse operative. For now, don't come looking for me.
If even you can't escape this, what hope do the rest of us have?
I won't speak in his defense. Nor can I give you a clear answer. Here, hold on to this. If an opportunity to escape...
You called that change?
I've got a job, and there's still money coming in. But you can't go anywhere.
Assassination training. Training ground is just beyond this hidden passageway. Why would it? Make sure you have a firm grip on the handle, then choose your angle well. Keep your movements light and brisk, and the prey won't sense a thing.
No one's ever died a quiet death at your hand.
My work clean. No traces.
think it open and above board, though. The king just happens to be right now.
That won't happen.
Ever since he fell under the spell of that power, he only had to take out a handful of the guilty. But now...
The ones I've dealt with have always been guilty. I've carried out my work flawlessly.
Was it because he didn't trust you? Or something else?
No!
Delindis, do you still...
Orlog.
The boy who was pretending to sell flowers. You...
Yes, we did. What about him?
He was arrested. I just don't get it! After everything he's... Or does it mean nothing to you that people keep...
No, that's not...
I need to go now, Thelindis. If you ever need a place to hide...
Author, Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 47 hours for experimental purposes. All subjects of observation that were sent inside have now... The situation within is proving more problematic. No progress whatsoever. Things are getting worse by the day, but I... If all this research comes to nothing, what then? But could he really bring himself to kill me? No. Surely he wouldn't have the heart.
Why won't you just let us go? We don't even know each other. All we want is to live ordinary, peaceful lives.
You want... to live?
Yes. I just want to go on living. Is that really such an unforgivable crime?
You want to go on living. I want to keep living too. To keep living forever. That's why I have no choice but to continue on the path I'm on. If only some savior would suddenly swoop down and change the way the world is. Too bad that's not going to happen. Imagine that. If there really were such a person, you and I wouldn't be standing here like this, would we? Today's files are in. Time to wait. No, I don't get tired of it. It's my job. And not only am I lucky to have it, I'm good at it too. Thelindis? No. No! No! Why? But you bear no mark of the Crimson Moon. How could you possibly have anything to do with them? A diluted bloodline. What a fool I've been. Numbing myself with talk of justice. Even imagining my friends would back me up.
Urbansul. Finster King! How far are you going to take this? From the direct bloodline to secondary offshoots? Today it's the descendants of the Crimson Moon. Who will it be tomorrow? No. This cannot go on. This is where it ends.
You're really letting me go?
I am. As long as you can guarantee that no one will find you.
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. No one will know I was here. But... what about you?
Me?
If you let me go, you won't be able to complete your mission, will you?
Good point. In that case...
No, please! I just want to see the...
Go on living?
Yes. I know you're a man of your word.
If I let you leave, what will become of me? Just kidding. Go, now. But remember, don't let anyone know you were caught. We'll be seeing each other again very soon if you do.
Even shadows in the dark must live by a code. But you can't save everyone.
You've been whispering in my ear for days now, Vedifilnir.
I only say this because you long for an answer to your problems. Let her go, Rerir, or you risk losing everything.
I will not abandon Thelindis.
Then you'll need a little more vigilance and a lot more power. The world is changing, Rerir. Keep your eyes peeled for your moment of opportunity.
That voice used to be so unclear. But now I know exactly whose it is. He won't tell me how to actually resolve any of this, but he keeps... Tell me then! What will this moment of opportunity... And... no answer.
So, the Eclipse Dynasty was purging. Well, the king's obsession with abyssal power left the future of Conria hanging in the balance. No, and it looks like this Thelindis, Rerir's would-be fiancé, it almost defies belief that a couple like them could hide the truth from each other for so long. If the Vinster King hadn't intervened in such a And why does Vedifilnir, Dainslif's older brother, keep talking in Rerir's head? The human mind is like a vast desert of shifting sands. When you follow the flow of someone's memories, time for something a bit more creative. We've been inside Rerir's mind. There's already enough clues on the board to start reading between the lines and mapping out the rest. Now, we can finally begin to put the pieces together. Once we've built up a cognitive profile, we just need to cross-check the logic behind his actions. And then we'll be able to take a sneak peek at whatever it is that Rerir has really...
Rerir, are you there? Hey, Rerir! Come out, it's urgent!
Dane? What's wrong?
Quick, come with me. I'll explain everything once we...
Okay. I'll come.
All right then, but make it quick.
I've never seen Dane so worked up before. Whatever this is, it must be big.
Well, this is a nice change, meeting you all at this hour. When men and women of ambition can speak face to face in broad daylight, I say that's a big step forward for our dear Conria.
Don't be ridiculous. We do not fear the day. Why would we seek refuge in the night?
You might ask your blade that same question. I'm told it prefers the cover of darkness. The word on the street is that Sertologi only strikes when he has an unfair advantage. But that is patently false. I see you're missing an arm and a leg. Surely only a fair fight could explain that.
If this is your way of offering me replacement limbs, believe me, I'll take them.
Oh, we can certainly discuss that. With...
Lunatic. Roptatir. What brings you here?
Why, Dainsleif, of course. He invited me. Please, cast aside your apprehensions, Miss Rhindaughter. Whatever the rumors may say, I am but a humble servant of the king.
Well, the Universitas Magistrorum won't stop fawning over you. So at least some of the rumors must be true. You're president of the Universitas Magistrorum, the chief royal mage known as the Wise by royal appointment. Vice President Veit doesn't even try to hide his envy when he sees...
My success is the product of hard work and good luck. It's as simple as that. Of course, no. And as for Veit, in missing out on the presidency, he's dodged a mountain of stress. Like everything else in life.
You're all here. I apologize for the short notice, but it was an emergency.
You must be Rarir.
Mr. Sertologi. Yes, I handled your case file during your sentence.
You're clearly a person of substance if you've been invited here.
It's my brother, Vedalfenir. After he spoke at the court this morning, the king was so infuriated by his words that...
Vedalfenir, in print. Does this mean the king's circle of trust just got even smaller?
It has nothing to do with trust. It's about what the king wants, which is as clear as day to anyone paying attention. I simply appease him, because it's in the best interests of the Universitas Magistrorum.
And also because you're slimy. Vedalfenir, perhaps less so. But still, a visionless visionary? It rather inclines me to think that qualifications are not what get you ahead in Conria.
Do you honestly think this is an important discussion to be having right now?
Dane, what are you planning to do?
Rescue Vedalfenir, I assume.
Correct. It will mean storming the palace by force. Tonight. I need all of you on my side.
That's far too dangerous. And don't forget, Dainsleif, you're captain of the Royal Guard. You swore an oath to the throne.
Hmm? You've been planning this for a while, haven't you?
I have no desire to commit treason. But whatever critique the king may have of Vedalfenir, disfiguring your most loyal subject for putting the best interests of his court and nation first, this is not the conduct of a wise ruler. My blade will force...
So, Vedalfenir's prophecy enraged the king. I'm sure it wasn't... The extent of His Majesty's madness is now all too clear. You have noble ambitions, Dane. But I'm afraid they don't do much for a guy like me.
A letter of pardon? The chances of the Vinster King issuing a pardon for anyone connected... This black fog over the board must have another mystery on the...
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 60 hours for experimental purposes. The results are as follows. Research dating back to the Crimson Moon Dynasty has established 2 points regarding moon marrow. Firstly, its origins have something to do with a god's power. Secondly, it serves as a portal to an as-yet indeterminate location. Moon marrow can thus be defined as a spatial gateway. However, there are a number of hurdles to overcome before we can answer the question of where it leads to. To start with, opening the gateway requires a specific power source, which the relevant literature indicates. An enormous amount of power is then required to keep the gate open. To make matters worse, I am now the only staff member remaining in the Moon Marrow lab. The Universitas Magistrorum recently decided to move most of— This is not a wise move. I apologize if this comes across as disrespectful. But if we really made it there one day— This is for you. I heard you're gonna leave the city with—
Thelindis.
I've heard nothing. Rerir got back very late last Friday, and he was acting a little unusual. You never saw him, and I don't know what he did.
What if he finds out?
Don't be silly. I don't know what secrets he does or does.
Are you scared of—
I don't know. The Rerir I know doesn't match the— Logically, I should be scared of him. But enough about that.
What's in it?
A piece of the moon. All you need to know is that as long as you keep it safe, then in the future—
A red moon?
That's right. Our moon.
I promise
The Crimson Moon bloodline will never die out, no matter how—
Hurry, everyone, and stick to the plan.
Sir Dainsleif, what are you? Is this treason? You know what happens to those who betray the throne.
It is the king himself who has betrayed the throne. He has...
If you have any love left for justice in your...
It's showtime. My job is to enter the prison and stay safe. Wish me luck.
Look after my brother. Draw your blade.
Found you. Hello, Mr. Vedafilnir.
It's you.
Surprised? Oh, wait. I guess surprise isn't an emotion that prophets feel very often.
I certainly felt some surprise in the moment when I was blinded. Surprise at the king's sheer ignorance. Surprise at just how unfairly this world responds to words of earnest remonstration.
I'm curious. What did you prophesize this time?
It wasn't a prophecy. The king has forsaken all reason in pursuit of his obsessions.
But he didn't listen. Dane asked for my help.
Everything is transpiring as I foresaw. I do wonder whether...
Forgive my curtness, Vedafilnir, but the king did not suddenly turn on you today. You can't have wisdom beyond the reach of your fellow man. There are things the king does not want to see.
He wasn't entirely wrong.
Until what?
Just now.
Well, tonight could go a lot of different ways.
I sense hatred in you. But this is not the end. There are many men of... Is that a dagger? Interesting. Why not the polearm?
With your abilities, I don't doubt that you were able to recover some of your sight.
Of course not.
We could be.
You mean your future? With your beloved, Philin?
Yes. And I know there are bigger things at stake here. I can't abandon the one I love to save myself. I just can't do it. But you see a broader picture of the future than I.
In matters of fate, answers are either right or wrong. What will be and what will not. Maybe you are willing to pay a certain price in the pursuit of happiness, but that is the cruelest thing about fate.
That can't... I know it's your voice that I keep hearing in my head. You show me disaster, but you won't show me how to avoid it?
My voice? So, you hear it too? The voice that steals your mind. It turns out that we are not so...
Vedafilnir just broke into the strangest smile I've ever seen in my life. As if he'd...
Very well then. My advice to you is as follows. For as long as you live, your story with Thelindis shall not come to an end. It is up to you whether you believe my word.
I will hold...
Thank you for setting me free. In return,
Just then, a strange wave of...
If I were you, I would head to the Universitas Magistrorum.
The Universitas?
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again very soon, Rerir.
Whatever Vedafilnir said, I didn't catch it. I didn't even help him out of the prison.
Monsters? Is this Rhindaughter's doing? Or the Universitas Magistral?
Out of my way!
Allegedly, the king installed secret mechanisms, but if they were ever gonna activate...
Help! Help! Hold on! Don't let them anywhere near you!
Save me! I can't—
That sounded like an explosion. What other means does the king have at his disposal? And given it's a major center of abyss research, anyone over at the universe...
Right now, right here, right now.
It all falls into place. Time to come clean.
The mystery unravels.
A moonlit night for all. The Dactyl will speak, emerge.
It all adds up.
Time to come clean.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Right now, right here.
Can't hide the truth.
Monsters at the Universitas Magistral. Oh no, they're coming. It's no use. The table won't hold. Oh, of course. All the lab equipment was upgraded after the. I'm done for. His. Ah! Stay back. Rear. So the rumors about your work are true.
What? No! Listen, something happened at the palace tonight. We have to leave!
You don't need to lie to me anymore.
What do you mean?
I know why you're worried, and I will respect the decision you've made. But it's okay, because I found a solution. I know how to end all this. You can have it back. The normal life you so desire. But until then, I'm afraid our wedding will have to wait.
Cylindus? No, don't do it! Cylindus! Cylindus!
I told you, Rerir. Let her go. You will find someone better.
No! No, I won't do it! I have to save her!
By what means exactly? A lowly pawn. You lack the power and the strength of will.
Do you know a way? Tell me!
Come to the palace. Join us.
Rerir, thank goodness we...
Step forth and take your share.
You made it.
Not you too.
Hatred or grief, despair, desire. We all have our
Rerir. Rerir.
Cylindus?
Were you daydreaming? You still remember, Rerir? That question you asked me a couple of weeks ago?
Oh. You mean the proposal?
Yeah. I'm wondering, where do you think would be a good place to discuss it? Maybe in the garden? Or were you thinking a fancy restaurant?
It's your choice. Find you. And then, you can give me your answer.
So that's how the Raker of Solnari was born. Viewing other people's thoughts for too long can get in a nutshell. The story of Conria is what happens when the truth falls by the wayside. His past is filled with sorrow, but the tale of any fallen civilization is one of endless tragedy. Everyone, I'm back. Can I get a standing ovation?
Never! How are you holding up? Feeling okay?
She's fine. Boss is a pro.
Yes, I'm fine. You will have seen the events of Rerir's life through my thoughts. It's now clear that he is just a regular nobody, driven by personal tragedy, as he's...
I mostly agree. There's only so much we can know about him from his memories alone. However, I would not consider Rerir to be a nobody. He was deeply involved in the events of that era.
Sounds to me like you're speaking in riddles again.
That's not what I meant. Although I do hope you choose to remain a part of the plan.
Then try to remember that I respond better to the carrot than the stick. And I don't appreciate being bossed around. Now, as for you, Missy, you were excellent. You stuck to the rules of the ceremony and kept your mouth shut the entire...
Cool! So, can you fill me in on the deets now?
Patience. You'll hear the whole story, don't you worry. But let's meet up with the others first. It will save me narrating it twice. Yehoda?
Yes, boss! Let me get that door for ya.
That's more like it. For a moment there, I was worried you'd forgotten about...
Forgive my curiosity, but...
It says I gotta do the annoying stuff that boss is too lazy to do for...
Is that right?
If something is in the contract, it's because she willingly agreed to it. Rest assured that the Curatorium abides by the very strictest of labor policies. In any case, I've hardly shied away from my share of the work today. Hope I don't catch Flintz and Varka lounging about in their chairs. There's nothing I dislike more than other people enjoying the... Oh no.
Sorry to disturb you, but we seem to have run into some trouble.
Evidently so. Don't worry, I'm not about to leave you to fend for yourselves. I'm not...
I'm sorry. What did you hear me say? I wasn't talking about labor policy.
Wait. How long have I been standing here?
Not long. You just appeared by the door a moment ago.
Boss, what's wrong?
You look like you've seen a ghost.
We've been tricked. We never left at all. Somehow I hallucinated that whole scene back inside the office.
Hallucinated? But how?
How indeed. This place should heed my will alone. All thoughts and actions that occur in here are just a result of pawns moving across the chessboard.
So you control everything in here?
More or less. But yes, it's a special technique of mine.
Has anything like this ever happened?
Only once. It was the first time I used the chess.
Is there any similarity between what happened then?
I suppose my thoughts are a little turbulent, which was also the case my first time.
Is there any...
The first clause of your contract clearly states that I only need your help with things that I'm too lazy to do myself.
Meaning, you're not feeling lazy right now?
Meaning, this is not something Yehoda can help with. The chess set is a personal treasure that I alone understand. I must be the one to find our way out of here.
Boss, it's fine. Really.
Oh, listen to you. Whatever would I do without you, Yehoda?
What? Really?
Yes, really. Where would I ever find another employee as obedient and servile as you? God forbid anything ever happens to you.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I was thinking of fetching some water. There's gotta be a source around. I suggest everyone finds someplace even though all this chess malarkey doesn't exist in a physical... You don't want to dismiss mental fatigue just because it isn't physical.
Don't I have the best employees? Jealous much?
If we can find a suitable time, I'd love to borrow Yehoda for...
Oh, Lauma. Have I ever told... Time to rally, everyone. Follow me. As we continue our journey, the same rules will apply. That means stay focused and no talking no matter what we encounter. And don't disturb the chess pieces. You have my word that I will get us all out of here. Good sign. There's some...
I wasn't expecting visitors at this hour. Wait, is that?
Oh, it's him.
There you are. Sinue's been looking for you all day. I think he has some news for you.
Oh yeah? What were you doing just now, Uncle Retinue? Hiding away some more loose change? I know I saw some Mora.
What do you mean, loose change? Oh, come on, I'm too old for this. Just pretend you saw nothing.
Hey, kid. Mind telling me what Sinuhe's been up to recently?
Get in his good books? Why? What do you want with my dad, Uncle Apepi?
I've written a new song. I was hoping to showcase it at the next...
A new song, huh? I'd love to stay and listen, but unfortunately, Uncle Retinue says my dad's looking for me.
Well, there's plenty of time and I'm not going anywhere. See that pile of stones? I'll be sitting there warming up...
Pile of stones. Got it. Hi, Dad. Uncle Retinue said you were looking...
Ah, there's my little princess. If you'd gotten back just a little sooner,
You could have shared the
Spoils of war? Who were you fighting against, Dad?
It was just a figure of speech. The aftermath of a sandstorm is no time to be waging war. I was talking about our war against thirst. I went out to fix our water supply problem, and now I'm back. Which means...
We have a well again!
That's right. I found a new one and brought back as much...
If it wasn't for these blasted sandstorms, our wells wouldn't be caving.
As the chief of our tribe, I'm supposed to be leading us out of hardship and poverty. You know how prosperous our ancestors were. I've told you all the stories. And look at us now. Squeezed into these hovels. No one would choose this, if it wasn't for the endless wars over the years. But things are looking up. I started working with some folks from the academia a few months back. They gave me some contacts in return for my assistance in the desert.
So you're the academia's helper now?
Special ambassador, they call it. Think of it as a partnership. It's nothing bad, okay? We've been isolated here in the desert for too long. Seeking opportunities elsewhere is the best thing for us, and the fastest way to progress.
So, do you get anything good out of being a special ambassador?
Of course. My luck's improving all the time. One day, I swear I'm gonna lead us out of this place. We'll find somewhere new. Somewhere better.
That's our well, and you know it! You stole from us! Well, you've gone from chief to thief!
Did you really think you could take our water without permission and get away with it? You're either brave, stupid, or both.
And that special ambassador act? Yeah, nice try. You're a liar and a cheat!
I heard Yehuda gasp, but I don't blame her. Corpses strewn across the ground. The wounds are clearly from scimitars and daggers. The desert dweller... There's a handwritten note on the ground.
Halil, this is Sinuhe, chief of the Shimti tribe. This is my second time writing to you. I assume my last letter must have gotten lost in the mail. I'm writing to you because I need some help. That sandstorm the other day completely blocked up our well, forcing me to look for another water source in Eab. Praise the gods. The well of the Eab tribe was intact. It was my last resort. I drew what water I could. You told me to write to you if I ever needed help. I urgently need you. This is an emergency.
Looks like this letter never got sent. The writer died a grisly death, and the letter was trampled into the ground. It's badly defaced. What a ridiculous lie the surviving Shimti tell. Their whole village was butchered over.
Ah, officer. Welcome. Welcome to our humble village.
I thought you would at least have the courtesy to provide some respectable libations.
This is the finest wine Aru village has to offer. I promise.
The Academia has agreed to reserve a single space for a candidate from your village. But I remain skeptical.
Please, have faith. If not in us, then in our God. The child we found shows great promise. I beg you, take her away from this place. Give her...
I don't
She showed up here a few days ago, and we took her in. She's a really bright kid.
So, where are you?
Nowhere special. Just a sand dune.
What about the...
Just the one. Correct.
So, no brothers, no sisters?
Any who have slept on a bed of sand, I call my brothers and my sisters.
All right, get over here. Sign your name on... Never? You're rather fair-skinned for a desert dweller.
Nefer, this term's assignments have been issued already. Please read through the materials thoroughly, conduct your own additional research, and then write an essay on the topic.
Yes, Professor, I'm aware. I just had a couple more questions I wanted to get your
Oh? Please ask away.
Well, I saw the other students' problem sheets.
A weak student? Goodness, no. Quite the opposite. You have...
I think what you're saying is, a weak student wouldn't have noticed the discrepancy.
You see, sharp as they come. You see things the way they are, and I'm sure you know why they're like that.
Because of where I come from. Because I'm different.
I'm sorry, Nefer. I don't like it any more than you do. It's just... Anyway, you said you had a couple of questions? What's the other one?
I wanted to check if someone sent me a letter to the...
Your family wrote to you. As long as they put your name on the...
Not exactly. It's not even a recent...
The House of Dana, I expect. I know there's a... Whatever you're looking for, that'd be the place to...
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. Honestly,
Hey, don't. You're a great teacher. And you do your best for all your students. It's not just the academia, either. The whole world bends over backwards for the successful and leaves the loser.
Oh, my dear child.
I haven't. I just think that if you want to make it in this world, you have to find a way to become successful. This must be it. Let's take a look. A dilapidation survey from Port Ormos. This one was never even opened. Who was it addressed to? This one is addressed to the Immorta Sage. The title is Changes Observed in Satyavada Life Symptoms. Why do all these letters read like full-blown dissertations? Guided by the incense, we became lost somewhere in the forest. All the barriers between levels of consciousness disappeared as our minds soared around in circles, looking for a branch to seek refuge on. In clinical terms, these symptoms fit the description of incense poisoning. The Immorta Darshan strictly prohibits the use of hallucinogenic substances, but I believe there are still people getting away with it. For example, my neighbor who... This seems like something the academia would want to know about. Wait, what's this? The note says, the sender authored this letter while under the influence of mushrooms. I would send it back, but no return address was provided. This next one is addressed to... A few words of protest regarding In recent years, the academia has taken on a small number. However, it appears to me that these students, as well as receiving dumbed-down assignments and perfunctory tutoring, education is the fundamental purpose of this institution, which should go without saying in a nation. As Grand Sage, policy decisions are your prerogative. But do not forget your roots. I do hope you will give some serious attention to this matter. I encourage... Great letter. And the sender is... Huh? Sage Cyrus of Spontamont. I didn't realize anyone else. So this is where letters from the Sage of... Whatever. This isn't what I'm not exactly holding out hope that a letter sent from the desert would even make it here. I can't believe how much discarded mail there is. I don't believe for 1 second that any human being has sat down and read... Wait.
Greetings, Halil. My name is Sinuhe, chief of the Shimti tribe. I was the one who came to you and your colleague's aid when you ran into trouble. I don't know how well you remember it now, but I brought you to safety and gave you some water and other supplies. In my tribe, the Shimti tribe lives a harsh, nomadic existence in the desert. You were sympathetic towards my plight, promising to make me a special ambassador of the academia and help us find a way to make a better living. This brings me to my reason for writing. Our tribe has fallen on particularly hard times, and I would like to ask for your assistance. There was a terrible sandstorm a few days ago, which blocked up the well in our land. To ensure my people's survival, I had no choice but to venture into Iyab and Unut territory in search of an alternate water source. The Iyab and Unut are descended from the Thamudians. While we trace I found a well belonging to the Iyab tribe. They declined to help us, but I really had no other option. So I took some water to keep me and my tribe alive. My actions are certain to incur their wrath. When we met, you assured me that you would be my ally in the academia. I would like to take you up on that offer, because I really need your help. That aside, the last time you were here, you mentioned that the academia had started accepting students from the desert, and we have next to no resources here in the desert, and my power and influence are limited. Would you
From the outset, the academia never took you seriously. Those things they promised were just empty words. I doubt, and you were so emphatic that your luck had finally... You swore you'd lead us to a better place one... You liar. You lied, and who fell for it? Which makes you... I think I'll take over from here. I just came to say goodbye.
Nefer?
I'm quitting. Something's come up in my home...
Huh? But this was a hard-won opportunity.
It was. But it doesn't matter. I have more important things to deal with, and they... Oh, and I didn't want to overfill my bags, so I left... What's wrong? I thought you liked incense. Although, I did read some...
Isn't this the stuff you brought from your hometown?
Yeah, I lied. It's not rare at all. There's this bunch of... It's not worth much. Keep it.
But Nefer...
All right, that's all from me.
forget me, okay? I mean, we're more than just classmates, right?
Yeah, I'll remember you. I lied again. That incense is worth a fortune, and as for remembering her, I have far too much to do, and I'll be lucky if I even make it through. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Arif.
So, what does the Academia want? Since they've sent their special ambassador, I assume that—
Please, sir, lower your blade. You're lucky I'm the one they sent. Not all special ambassadors share the ever-shifting balance of power in the desert reduced—
Huh. So, you do know—
This well is the perfect symbol of your strength, is it not?
You're not wrong. But I'm sure you—
Of course not. I came to bring you some records uncovered by the Vahumana Darshan show that a certain well currently under Iab control is— I checked the map carefully on my way over here, and I'm confident that this—
50 million? No, wait. If these ruins are as important as you say—
Don't get greedy, Iab. We know far more than you think. We know that you seized this well by force. Wasn't that the first—
So what if it was?
Don't worry. As unscrupulous as it was, it's something I hope I am
And I hope your words are the truth. If I find out the Academia is trying to play me—
You see how I'm dressed, don't you? I appreciate that you've never been to the rainforest. And what does a barbarian like you have to lose anyway?
All right, I take your point. The Academia— In that case, we have a deal. We will sell you the excavation right. I'd like to thank you, Ambassador. This is good news indeed. Excellent news.
Gladly. I am partial to— So let's indulge in a few drinks together.
Chief! Chief, it's an emergency! It's the Unut. They've taken the— What?
Well, don't just stand there, take—
Yes, Chief.
I have every confidence in the Iab.
What is it?
The Unut's response was alarmingly fast. The day after we reach a deal, they see—
I
am obliged to remind you, Chief.
No! Please, Ambassador, just that well is—
Glad to hear it.
If there is a traitor.
Wow. All it took was a few words and I've—
So, in summary, Ambassador,
the Iab are ruthless murderers who don't listen to reason. So let me ask you, Chief.
Kill them all.
Precisely. At the same time,
we have our own rules out here. If the rainforest dwellers raised arms against a desert tribe.
Right. We can't confront them ourselves, but we can support their enemies. The Unut have always had strained relations with the Iab, which natural ally. Weren't the Iab your allies once? You were quick to send them after us to protect your interests back when we stole that water. Let me be clear. The Academia wishes to collaborate with the legally
Say no more.
Good. Then I suggest you get to work. You see, Dad? Lying is easy when you know how. Look at yourselves. You may be vile, savage monsters, but your butchered bodies bleed like any others. The monsters who destroyed my home, they're just ordinary, petty human beings. I think we're even now. Maybe I've even done the desert a favor. Oh, Sinuhe, my gullible fool of a father. Perhaps if you'd been as ruthless as I was today, our tribespeople would still be alive. But you couldn't do what had to be done. So I did it for you.
Nefer, it's okay. All of this is...
I believe I remember you promising to remain silent.
Yeah, but even...
Yehoda, is there anything you can do to ease the tension?
Alright, time for a sharp... So, anyway, that's...
Feels like we've been walking forever. I'm getting pretty tired.
Yes, if we can find somewhere...
It's not far now. There should be a temple just up ahead. Yes.
Really? A temple? I guess that's how things go in the desert.
Desert dwellers can never escape their destiny. Or so everyone says. I never wanted to believe it, but looking back now, I'm as desert as they come.
You mentioned a temple. What's waiting?
My biggest trade secret of all.
Ah. Then I'm guessing it's where you got your power from.
I didn't know you were clued up on any other religions.
I'm no expert in the history of Sumeru, but since you come from the desert, I would imagine it has something to do with King Deshret.
Sounds impressive.
Ah, I know who you mean. General Mahamatra Sino. The spirit of Hermanubis dwells within him.
That's boss enough for ya.
Sino's hardly a figure of obscurity, but I know about Sethos too.
What about him?
Well, he's not a small deal. Please, this is the bare-bone base. Thanks for your patience, everyone. I'm sure it's been a lot to take.
I don't have any... I want to do the whole name-dropping, this girl knows her stuff thing too.
A statue with the head of a bird.
That's Thoth, the Ibis King. One of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. The legends say that he, the Crocodile King, and the Let's take a look.
just Ashru.
So, all is well?
Typically speaking, at this point, the world disintegrates. Then we find ourselves back in the outside world. Besides, these are my memories. There's nothing to fear.
You're sure?
Of course. It's almost over.
Hold on!
Knowing too much is always a death sentence.
Speak for yourself.
How repulsive.
Timed that pretty well, didn't I? It's okay. I'm just glad no one was hurt. Paimon noticed you doing something too, Dainsleif. Were you
Of course. When I asked Nefer to conduct this investigation, I was not naive to the dangers involved. I had a duty to ensure your safety.
Good to know your sense of justice is still intact after all these years.
I take that to mean that you saw the truth. That comes as a great relief.
I certainly did. And thanks to your help, I also managed to trap Rerir inside the chess set.
Whoa, really? How'd you manage that?
Well, to be honest, I sensed that something was wrong long before we made it to the temple. By using this fragment to probe into Rerir's past, well, the monster formerly known as Rerir, it seems I alerted him. I was tracking him, then he caught on and started tracking me too.
But how did he track you through your thoughts alone?
Rerir was a secret agent who reported directly to the Vinster King.
No wonder.
He infiltrated the chess set, read my thoughts, and built a new virtual chess set inside of it. That's why we weren't able to leave at first.
Speaking of your chess set, it's quite a remarkable item. Would I be right in thinking you have some connection to King Deshret?
You overestimate me. I only have a connection with one of his underlings, the Ibis King. You all saw how this came to be. A long time ago, the Iab massacred my tribe, the Shimti. The Unut and the Iab fought a bitter battle over the rights to a well, all for the sake of a non-existent 50 million Mora. The the final blow to the Iab came at the victory feast, when an Unut assassin beheaded their chief right before my eyes. Having gotten my revenge, I returned to my hometown, where to my surprise, the nearby temple was still standing. As I stood there gazing at the temple, I noticed a cat just outside. This cat, as it turned out, This chess set is my gift from the Ibis King. The chessboard within is made to the same specifications as with this chessboard in its container, I gained a certain ability to perceive hidden secrets. Now, you could conclude every god plays favorites. Their hearts are as fickle as any human's.
It is the same with all powerful forces, including fate itself.
If you're alluding to the Abyss, then yes, I agree. Gather the others. It's time to share everything I've learned. Thank you all for being here. As promised, I did some further investigating into the Raker of Solnari's background. The Raker of Solnari, real name Rerir, was once a Conrian subject who served the Vinster King. I will now share the important details of his story. Please save any questions or comments for the end.
So that's why he's so obsessed with the moon.
A tragic tale, to be sure. But it does not excuse his many transgressions. No matter how much Rerir suffered in the past, the fact remains that he is what we know today as the Wild Hunt, wreaking havoc upon innocent lives in Notcry. He becomes more dangerous with each passing day. If left unchecked, it is simply a matter of time before all of Teyvat suffers.
A question for Miss Columbina. Forgive me if this is presumptuous, but have you ever seen the spatial gateway that appeared in Rerir's memory?
Never. But I have heard stories of something called the Moon Gate.
Miss Lama, any thoughts on this?
In the lore of the Frost Moon Scions, the moon is believed to hold many secrets. The term Moon Gate is one I have heard before. But as is the case with all of our legends, there are no records of any first-hand witnesses. We cannot know whether it truly exists.
Then back to Miss Columbina. As a moon goddess yourself, do you have some idea of where the Moon Gate leads to?
Not at this stage, sorry. I do hold the power of the Frost Moon, and my strength is recovering well. I can sense that the gate would open at my command, but...
But there's more to the power of the Frost Moon than that?
Yes. A moon goddess has the right to open the Moon Gate, since it is a path to the moon. But as Nefer mentioned, holding open a spatial gateway takes a huge amount of power. And right now, I need to conserve my energy to fight the Raker of Solnari. I'm afraid this is one mystery we may have to leave unsolved for now.
I agree. Better to save your strength. But if you'll humor me for a moment, I have a bold conjecture of my own regarding the world beyond the gateway. I highly suspect that neither Tholindis nor Rerir made it through unscathed. The evidence pointing to this is the fact that the Raker of Solnari exists in the form of countless fragments. With the abyssal power he wields, no ordinary foe can touch him, let alone tear him to shreds. And yet, the Wild Hunt proliferates wherever his scattered fragments lie.
So your theory is that Rerir was physically torn to shreds by some powerful force? Hence...
Makes sense to me. Explains why the Wild Hunt is so pervasive, and why he's been trying to piece himself back together.
Without the power of the Abyss on his side, he almost certainly would have perished the moment he was torn apart. But the Abyss, much like a curse, has kept him alive.
I could not agree more. The power of the Abyss is most surely...
It is a compelling explanation, and one that accords with my present understanding of Abyss creatures. Whether the life form in question is primitive or advanced, if a curse has extended its lifespan unnaturally, it will continue to survive in spite of everything. This raises some interesting questions. I will run some experiments, and see if there is any validity to my suspicions. That being said, regardless of whether my research bears fruit, I would like to thank Miss Nefer for conducting such a thorough investigation. Already, it has greatly enriched my understanding of the entity we face.
My pleasure, Mr. Albedo. I too hope that the information I have shared today proves useful as we look to formulate the next stage of our plan.
Hey! What is it, Dainsleif? You look really upset!
It's just... when I think of the man I once knew as Rerir, I struggle to understand why things had to turn out like this.
The two of you used to be friends, didn't you? I don't know if these words will bring any comfort, but my heart goes out to you.
Mine too. We can never know all the hows and whys of the way things are. The moon and stars are full of untold secrets and lies, and the skies are host to many more mysteries than these alone. Yet...
Those are the first comforting words I've heard in a long time. Thank you.
Well, I think this is a good place to end today's meeting. I'm sure Nefer needs some time to recover. She's been...
That's very thoughtful of you, Lam.
Of course.
Sounds good to me. Take some time to rest and digest before we reconvene to nail down a plan. Hey, is this a bad time? No need. Anyway, Nefer went back to the curatorium to get some rest. But before she left, firstly, although she managed to trap the Raker of Solnari inside her chest set, there's no guarantee that the power... It's only a matter of time before he finds a way to break out.
Honestly, Paimon figured that...
Well, I asked her that same question. She talked for a long time, but for the most part, it seemed like she was trying to convince me how precious her chest set is. It felt like some kind of sales pitch, you know? The kind where you end up handing over Mora against your will? Anyway.
2 days? Holy mo-
That remains to be seen. Which brings me to the second issue. Dainsleif is obviously conflicted about this whole thing. But given how little time we have, there's no way we can pull this off without... You have some history with him, right? Great. I appreciate... All right, on to item 3. So, Albedo, Durin, and I put our head... We figured we'd bounce the idea off you first.
Oh, Paimon's...
All right, so... We felt a little uneasy about roping you into this. I mean, firstly, you're not local.
Roping us in? Why would you even say that?
I choose my words very intentionally, I'll have you know. I like to think there's an art to striking a down-to-earth tone even when the stakes are through the roof.
Sir Varka, I have a few thoughts about this plan.
I'm all ear.
I think we can be more flexible with how the roles are allocated.
I see your point, yeah. But if that's how we're going to approach this, you'd better make sure you're ready. To be clear, I don't doubt your abilities. Far from it. I just want to make...
I want to do everything within my power. The Raher of Solnari is a truly fearsome opponent.
Well, that tracks with what I've heard. Jean's mentioned in her letters that you're so diligent it's almost abnormal. As in, most people weigh up the risks and rewards in situations like this. Of course, everyone appreciates a fearless pioneer. But all that aside, I'm the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, and you're our honorary knight.
Thank you, Sir Varka.
I should be the one thanking you. It means a lot to have you on board.
This is a thorough plan, but I do have one last...
Great question. Albedo's been hard at work analyzing Rerir and the Wild Hunt's behavioral patterns. His conclusions are as follows. Firstly, from the earliest known confrontation until now, Rerir has never displayed... Secondly, he seems to have a particularly strong vendetta against our group. If we put him in a fight-or-flight situation, he'll choose to fight every time. Thirdly, finally, and most important, turns out we tick both of those boxes. We have a reincarnated Moon in our ranks, and a spy who accessed his private memories without permission. He'll be baying for blood, not looking to escape.
As someone who's had their fair share of interactions with the...
Understood. Then I will defer to the verdict of the group.
Well, everyone, that's the plan in full...
Plan approved. Okay! Any fire...
The Frost Moon Scions are behind you as well.
And the rest of you? No objections? All right. Then it's settled. This is the plan we're going with. Next up, an old tradition of mine. Anyone who wants to back out, now's your chance.
Wait! We can still back...
Everyone says things they regret, right?
A very people-first approach. I hear that's common practice in the Knights of...
Who'd you hear?
Shh. We don't use people's real names at work. This contact will be known only as Owl, please and thank...
This plan can only work if everyone does their part. Flint's and I will absolutely support...
We shall indeed. Also, you are the last person I expected to see here, Miss Dory.
It's not often I get called Dory in a work context. So, the longer your name, the... In that case, Mr. Flint's here must be worth a fortune. That's right. I know your full name. It's...
The walls are thin here. I'd appreciate you keeping that a secret.
Okay, fine. I'm actually... Oh! Is this... It most certainly does not. We have a long-standing and mutually beneficial business partnership. She's actually the mom of a friend of yours. Said mom supplied me with a great little trinket, but now that lady's ruined everything. If I don't start building a little goodwill now...
Okay. So what exactly...
It's a lucky charm that a great mage made for me. I finally got it all fully charged up with Kuvaki, and then never went and used it all up at once!
You're right. It was all my fault. I didn't mean...
You will? Well...
I knew you'd say that. Well,
You're putting...
It's a very useful thing to have around.
Hey, don't be so pessimistic.
Feeling ready?
Oh, I was born ready. Don't forget, when something's in high demand, the people with the goods on... Ta-da! See? It's right here.
Ah, it's so pretty. Did you make it?
No.
Aha! No wonder you were talking about lucky charms at the meeting.
That's not the full story. Mage Alice once warned me that this world won't stay safe forever. I passed this on to the Dendro Archon, and she secretly brought together a research team made up of Sumeru's top scholars to invent a technology. Anyway, point being, it was the Dendro Archon who asked Kaveh to build this little contraption. Took him long enough. He stressed over it for ages. Must have gone through at least a dozen. Marak delivered it to me a couple of days ago, along with a letter from Kaveh. Could I ask why I'm sending this technology to you? What's your proposed use case? Has it been approved by... So nosy?
Surely Nahida must have told him you were involved in this project. He was probably just nervous because you're always so secretive about your business.
Could be. Anyway...
Fair enough. But it sounds like he was just being cautious. He probably felt responsible as the one who made it.
Or maybe he was asking as a favor for his housemate. He's done that before. Not sure why, though. His housemate doesn't seem to really care that much about this kind of stuff. Either way, all's well that ends well. I'm just glad to finally have my hands on the product. I wouldn't want to be without it, given the potential dangers that lie ahead. Huh? What does that look mean?
Paimon's just super surprised. This must be the first time we've ever seen you actually get serious about something.
Well, a long time ago, I made a promise to myself. I promised that there are always going to be times in life when you have to give. Alice has been a huge help to me over the years. She was the first investor I ever, and more than that. No one knows what the future will bring. Whatever happens, I want to make sure the Dendro Archon and all of Sumeru. Oh, that? I was just. Don't be thinking it was some sort of benevolent act. I'm no saint. My priority is doing the business that I want to do. So long as my.
Alright, if you.
I do say so, and that's the whole point. I'm a businesswoman. Don't go trying to figure out what kind of person I am. You'll exhaust yourself. Oh, and could you two help me get this stuff where it needs?
Traveler, Paimon.
Everything going smoothly over?
Sort of. As you're per the plan, we dissected an.
What? You can.
That depends on your definition of wild.
Harmless, lifeless.
The wild hunt is an interesting phenomenon. Master griped a lot about the wise Horoptetyr. And see, I don't think that was because of his lower social standing, though. It's a strange mix. Perhaps the only explanation for his survival in this state is that he sacrificed. Oh, sorry. Back to our research findings. Essentially, they confirm my hypothesis. You could think of this as Rerir in mutated form. But in my view, even that would be inaccurate. In reality, unfortunately, at present, we have no means of
Oh, that's terrible!
Miss Columbina's situation is a difficult one. It's as if her creator banished her to a place she could never be accepted. It means...
Given the circumstances, time to kick off the
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! This is for you. Dory asked us to bring it.
Ah, how wonderful. Well, thank you.
I'm sorry I won't be there to protect you.
All right, then.
Miss Lauma, is everyone here?
Yes. The fate of my flock is in your...
My lady.
Within the next 24 hours, this is not a burden that we deserve to bear. But I believe that we reap what we sow in this life. So I intend to act. For me, this gentleman is the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
Hey, everyone. Guess I should introduce myself. The biggest strengths are, honesty and hard working.
Something on your mind?
Miss Columbina, was it?
That's right. Names are funny things. Have you always been called Dane?
Yes. I take it your own name has a more complicated history.
I have a different relationship with names than other people. To be honest, I'm not even sure that Columbina is my name. At least, not in the same way that Dainsleif is yours. But it's what everyone calls me, and I go along with it. A lot of my life has been that way. I get so used to things that I forget to question why they are so. I never used to think much about where names come from, or what they mean to people. Maybe something's wrong with me.
You're different from other people. I sensed it the first time we met.
You're more perceptive than most. I'm sure your long life and rich range of experience explains that. Do you ever find yourself missing Conria, Mr. Dainsleif?
Difficult to answer. I have dreamed of the past many, many times. Sometimes I'm fighting tooth and nail. Other times I'm lying on the ground, defeated. I don't recall any happy moments from that time. It has been too long.
Is that because hatred survives longer than love and affection?
That would not be for me to say. I make no excuses for the grudges I bear. But whatever the reason, I remember little that was beautiful or sentimental. Thank you for your help with the Rerir situation. Without your efforts, I never could have learned the hidden truth of his story.
You're welcome. I know he's your friend.
Friend? He betrayed me. And I never...
Okay. You see? You're torn. Now you know what really...
I need some time.
Of course. I completely understand. Anyone else in your position would feel conflicted. Actually, I went through something similar myself recently. Something happened that changed my perspective on a situation. A situation I took for granted at the time, but now I feel very grateful for it.
You mean the Harbingers who still support you, even though you've left the Fatui?
Yes, I always thought they were only helping me because Harbingers are forced to work together. Yet even now, they support me.
Clearly, they've...
I feel a little guilty now. I regret not seeing their help for what it was. I see the guilt that you're feeling now, because Have you noticed that the Traveler and Paimon are over there? I think they've been listening.
Huh. Shall we say hello?
Sure. Hello.
Ah! They caught us!
I apologize for making you worry. No doubt you wish to know where I stand on the plan to take down the Recher of Solnari.
You will? Oh,
They needn't be. This was something that I was going to have to face up.
That doesn't matter to them. They're grateful. You can't control their gratitude, so just accept it.
It's nearly showtime! Let's go rendezvous with the others. You know the place.
Ah, you're earlier than I expected.
Hey, Flint's! Been waiting here long?
Not too long. I came a little early so I'd have some time to...
Are you nervous about the
Quite the opposite. When I was awakened by the Radniki, I had not touched a weapon in many years. But after waging war against the Wild Hunt for so long, I came to realize something. My restless flame indicates that somewhere inside of me, there is a deep yearning.
Oh, that doesn't sound like such a bad...
Well, in the past, when I was a Fae whose primary concern was hibernation, it was hardly... But it certainly serves me well here in the present. And I am delighted to be able to join forces with...
Looks like I'm not the first to arrive.
Ah, Miss Lauma.
Did you sleep okay last night?
I struggled to settle down at first because of the nerves. But don't please.
Never! Over here!
Aino asked me to relay a message. She said Anefa will be on high alert and keep a close watch over all secondary districts where defenses... Meanwhile, Aino herself will provide range support to us directly.
Excellent. My thanks to all involved.
The chest that's...
It won't hold him much longer.
No sense sitting around waiting.
I agree. Paimon, find a safe hiding place.
Got it! Be careful, Traveler!
I will.
Everyone, take your positions at every ounce of strength we have.
Ready?
Let's go.
I've seen all your futile ploys before. You have become the authors of your own demise.
I wouldn't be so sure about...
You are merely a moment of sport before I tear down the moon.
Stay on your toes.
Let me help you guys.
Hunt him down!
It all ends up.
Moonlight betrays you.
Leave this place.
Be silent. Observe. Are you quite finished? Close your eyes. To dust.
Can't hide the truth. Time to come clean.
Moonlight betrays you.
Keep your distance.
Futile.
Sleep beckons.
Seek within.
It began with the moon, and so shall it end.
The moon will protect you. Branch into song.
Do you see now? From here, when will it be as you foretold?
Be silent. You're not welcome here.
Leave this place. With one heart, we pray.
The mystery unravels. Can't hide the truth.
Futile.
Stay your hand.
Moon.
It all adds up.
Moonlight betrays you.
Observe.
Moonbeam.
Can't hide the truth.
Hunt them down.
Seek within. It all adds up.
Futile. Hunt them down.
For the everlasting forest.
Close your eyes. Be silent. Do you fear the dark?
No more lies. It all falls into place.
Moonlight. Great. Your little game of heroics is over. Who wants to go first? Get Out of my sight!
No, we've been separated!
Will it take?
You okay?
Never! Where are the others?
Stuck outside the barrier. I guess he really doesn't like us.
Destroyed! Reborn! Knowing too much is always a death sentence!
Be careful what you wish for!
Grandma! Can you hear me?
Hold on, silence!
The voices are gone. But at least I know they're still there. I need to focus. Stick to the plan. Remember my most important task. Just keep stalling him. If I can stall him for long enough, the moment will come. Go!
It all ends. How unfortunate. Can't hide the truth. Let's see tomatoes. Time to come clean.
Wipe out!
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Seek within. It all adds up. Let's see tomatoes. No more lies. The deception ends here.
Yeah! What?
It all adds up.
Your death is within my grasp.
Broken. I can't keep this up.
Don't push your luck.
How much power will it take?
No more lies.
Water jet!
It all ends. Can't hide the truth.
Nowhere to hide.
The mystery unravels. It all adds up. Absurd. Seek within. Can't hide the truth. Let's see tomatoes. It all adds up.
Wipe out! Water jet!
The mystery unravels. Can't hide the truth. Time to come clean. No more lies.
Bombs away!
Seek within. Let's see tomatoes. It all adds up. Let's see tomatoes. Can't hide the truth.
Water jet! Wipe out!
There's no other way.
The only way to defeat Rarer is to borrow his own power. That means Columbina will have to disappear while you have to hold on.
Nefer, your eyes are bleeding.
Soon you will be, and then...
But that dust will plague your memory. Come on, keep holding on.
Any other tricks of yours, as entertaining as they are.
You don't fool me. I have to stoke his rage. You fear what you could never defeat. You fear the thought of never being able to... You cannot win the fight against fate, Rerir.
Well...
You fear the sound of your own name?
Is it us you hate? Or is it what you've become?
Let's see what becomes of you! What's happening? That power... I've seen it before!
His power is on another level. We'll need to use an alchemical array to convert his power into a usable form. Then quickly channel it into Columbina, rendering her powerful enough to compete with him.
I'll join you. I can help. If I release enough abyssal energy into a confined space, it'll create a potential difference, allowing us to extract a huge amount of elemental energy. Next, I'll synchronize with everyone's minds using Pyro, then give you temporary access to their abilities and fields of view. But it won't last long. Can you see?
Well enough.
So, we have a student of Gold Rhine-Daughter in our midst!
How about that?
You use my own power against me?
Just like how you stole Kuvaki. Look familiar?
Don't you realize? You don't have the power to hold that gate open!
I don't, but someone else does.
Goodbye, Rerir.
We won.
Nefer, how are your eyes?
They're fine.
It's not too late.
Let me handle it. Miss Nefer. It's not like you to lose your composure. That was the most reckless thing I've ever seen you do.
Reckless how? The situation was critical. Our lives were at stake. We had to do something.
Even so. Okay. I guess you're right. Under the circumstances, it was a wise decision. You traded your eyes for an incredible victory. In business terms, I suppose that's a huge return on investment.
I'd be hard-pressed.
Still, I don't like this outcome, and I don't want you to lose your sight for good. People suffer when they make sacrifices they shouldn't have to make, whether that means faith, strength, or in this, I had hoped you could win without sacrifice.
Thank you. Really.
All done. Don't try and open your eyes just yet. We'll see how you're doing in a couple of days. Until then, please follow your recovery plan to the letter. I'll send full details through Yehoda. For now, just get yourself home, relax, and rest. My dear friends, we have fought bravely and achieved a spectacular victory. A dark cloud has been lifted from the skies of Nodcry. All in this land will be grateful for what you have done.
The moon will remember this day. Thank you both. There's something I want to let you know.
What is it?
When Durin connected everyone's minds so I could act, and since Nefer's eyes were injured.
Hold up.
I only feel the pain.
But I must say, I'm surprised.
Things are a little different now from how—
Friends. You have no idea how glad I am to hear that.
How are you feeling? Any aches and pains? Did you sleep well?
I'm doing all right, Paimon.
Phew! Well, that's...
Glad to hear you didn't starve.
Well, it wasn't the same without you there to share it. Honestly, Paimon just can't relax when you're not your usual self.
Well, I'm back to normal now.
Oh yeah, and Albedo swung by earlier. He said to tell you to head to the tavern when you woke up. Varker and the others are organizing a victory feast and they want to celebrate with you. He also dropped off some medical supplies, but you seem fit as a fiddle, so if you're feeling up to it, let's head over now. We're here!
Traveler and Paimon! Perfect timing!
How are you feeling today?
Much better. Thanks.
Relieved to hear it. If that changes, just let me know.
Yep, we're here for you.
Oh wait, where's Nefer?
How are her eyes?
Nefer's right over there. I'm sure she'd love to catch up with you.
I thought of 1,000 ways to congratulate you.
The honorary knight stuns them speechless once again.
Well said. The honorary knight showed us all how it's done. The other knights told me that Mondstadt was the first stop on your journey. I'd like to thank you for supporting the Knights of Favonius. Nonsense. Of course I'm gonna mention it. This is more than just business.
Traveler, Paimon, are you recovering well? Turns out that moon chanter has some real talent after all.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful.
Yes, thank you. I'm well aware.
Yehoda, could I borrow you?
Oh, sure. Coming. Did you hear that? I gotta go help allow my...
You bet.
Sure thing.
The Raker of Solnari. Kind of a snake, don't you think? No, definitely. Anyone who seeks revenge out of hatred for other people has become a snake. Perhaps. What else is left when everything you depended on in life gets stripped away? Something's gotta fuel that drive to keep on living. If you're worried about me, you can nip that in the bud. It's just... I suddenly feel like I was wrong to call my father a liar. Oh, Father. How much better things could have been if you were a skilled liar. Look at the Ibis King. Thoth is a fiendishly cunning liar. And yet, he's never brought it up, but I'd bet he feels the same way. Why else would he give me the power to perceive the truth, while at the same time training me in the art of deception? Well, King Deshret banished him to Aru, which is essentially a prison, and posed 3 questions to him. His response was to take on a physical form and approach me, hoping that I could become his envoy and search for one of the answers on his behalf. Did he really think I'd fall for that? He's stuck there. He can't make me return what he gave to me. So that's enough for you to decide. He's a prisoner, and he was scared. So he decided to perform some good deeds to win people's approval. He lives in fear because he's a deceiver. How is Rerir any different? You can't work as a spy your whole life and expect a happy ending. It's preposterous. Yet I can't say I don't understand it. Liars live in the darkness of their own making, but it's still human nature to want to go on living. They say that a liar's soul is the most worthless thing in the world. What do you think? Oh, really? Well, it takes a very kind person to find compassion even for liars. If you ask me, the soul of a liar really is worth nothing. For example, when something good falls into my lap, I don't go sharing the news around. So be it. They have sharp ears. I can't keep anything from them. Oh, is that what it looks like? Well, you all know my past now, and I can't simply eliminate everyone who knows too much. So I guess I just have to put up with you. For the foreseeable future, at least. When you find yourself in a situation you can't control, the safest play is to keep calm and start monitoring everyone involved like a hawk. If you understand what's at stake, please ensure my secret is safe with you. Very good.
Oh, wait! Now that the panic's over and we've all calmed down, Paimon suddenly remembered something. After all that build-up, our mystery ally never showed up even...
Huh? Am I imagining?
So, that close colleague who stayed behind with you? What's he been up to recently?
Don't know, don't care. I get more normal human interaction from hanging out with Bosco too than him. Although, now you mention it, he hasn't bothered me in a while. I wonder if...
If he's disappeared without a trace, it's the biggest gift he ever gave to the world. But I somehow doubt that's what's going on. He won't lie low forever. So we'd better stay on guard.
Ah, Lord Sangama Bay. How lovely to see you. I must thank you for the device you provided. It was an enormous help. Would I be right in thinking that it was developed by the Academia?
Why come and ask me when you clearly know already?
I mostly came to thank you.
That's more like it. A little gratitude goes a long way with Lord Sangama Bay. Play your cards right, and you might even stand a chance of becoming my long-term supplier.
The chance to work with such a kind and charitable investor as yourself would be a great honor for the Curatorium.
Huh? Charitable? Who said anything about charity? First time hearing about it.
Let's see. The first plot of land you purchased in Nodcry. Your...
Stop! What do you think you're doing? Exposing my investment is...
It's nothing to hide from. They're all perfectly legitimate investments.
How?
You're a curious case, Lord Sangama, but I'm afraid no matter how... You did it for Sumeru.
It was empty land that was gonna go to waste otherwise. I figure disasters are capricious things. They strike without any warning. I've lost family to a disaster before, and I don't want to lose any friends or business. My elder sister used to dream of finding a sanctuary. Somewhere with plenty of food, water, and medicine. It was something I looked into, but after discussing things with the dead, the tech people handled the tech, and Moneybags provided the Mora.
It's a pity that so few people know the truth about you. Everyone says that you view everything in terms of more.
So? What's the problem with that? Everyone wants to be rich. It's human nature.
But surely you have dreams of your own, beyond just making...
You don't get it, do you? My dream is to invest in other people's dreams. Just thinking about it makes me happy. That sweet, sweet sound of more.
Thank you.
For the
and the pendant.
Oh, that. I was just returning a favor.
Seems like we've both been away from home.
Yeah. So long that I barely remember what my family even looked.
That would be your mother, father.
Yeah. Though it's been years since my sister passed away. It's not like I want to forget them, obviously, but memory can be even more ruthless than the most calculating business person. My sister can't help me now. Slowly but surely, her face is fading from my mind's eye.
Not everything will fade.
Yeah, that's true. If you ask me, that's the one...
Well, that, plus, I'm sure that life is much better now.
Oh, absolutely. I have tons. You've got a lot going for you, too. Boss of the Curatorium of Secrets?
I appreciate the vote. Ah, Lord Sangama Bay. I must thank you.
Why come and ask me?
I mostly...
That's more like it. A little gratitude goes a long way with Lord Sangama Bay. Play your card...
The chance to work with such a kind and charitable...
Huh?
Let's see. It's nothing to...
How?
You're a curious... But I'm afraid no matter... You did it for Sumeru.
It was empty land. Disasters are capricious things. They strike. My elder sister used to dream of finding a sanctuary. It was something I looked at. The tech people...
It's a pity.
So?
But surely you have...
You don't get it. Just thinking of...
Thank you.
For...
And the pen...
Oh, that...
Seems like we've both...
Yeah. So long that...
That would be your mother.
Yeah. It's not... My sister can't help me now.
Not everything.
Yeah.
Well, that...
Oh, absolute. You've got a lot...
I appreciate...
A drink? Or some information?
How have you been holding up? Any adverse reactions? If you start to take a turn for the worse, make sure you tell me right away.
You don't need to worry about me, Grandma.
What?
You played an indispensable role in the battle for Nodcry. Sometimes, when people praise you, it's because you deserve it.
Let's do a quick demonstration. Albedo, that was an incredible feat of alchemy. The pressure was on, but you worked flawlessly at lightning speed to get the job done.
Thank you. I can't take all the credit, though.
See? Did you catch that? A masterclass in how to take a compliment.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, look who's bounced back. Looking good, traveler.
Seems like you've recovered.
Can I get you a...
Huh? You know how—
Handling a drinks order is ridiculously simple compared to alchemy.
Paimon believes it. To be totally honest, though, Paimon didn't quite follow all the details when you first explained the plan to us.
Don't worry, that's completely understandable.
To put it in the simplest terms, we saw how our enemy stole the power of Kuvaki. And that gave us the idea of stealing his power to turn it against him. When facing an enemy you have no hope of defeating, it's best not to engage them in battle. So, instead of looking for a way to overpower him, we decided to help Columbina get strong enough to at least stand up. For this to work, we had to analyze his modes of attack. For added security, we prepared a total of 4 arrays. The alchemical array absorbed his abyssal power. That power enabled her to do what would otherwise have been nigh on.
What surprised me was that, given his history with Rerir, he had every right to set this—
It must have been a painful—
Absolutely. He was torn between 2 paths, but in the end, he made it. Anyway, however you cut it, everyone gave us—
That's the only reason you're here.
Yes. I've thought a lot about it. I think this is very important.
Well, this is a new one. I'm so moved. I can't even hold my teacup.
Do you not want to be friends with me? Or is it that you prefer being co-workers?
What is this, Columbina? Are you deliberately testing my patience threshold? Right now, my politeness module is active. But if you say another word, I swear I'll shut it down.
If your politeness module was active, wouldn't you say the word please at some point?
Polonia, please.
Will you still invite me to your next tea party?
What?
Yes, I think you will. Bye-bye, dear Sandrone.
Last time, the Wild Hunt escorted you out. Would you rather I handled it myself?
We just wanted to—
Why? Out of concern for my safety? I hope you didn't seriously think that the Ray—
Mostly because you kind of helped us out, so we just wanted to check you were okay. Looks like all your robots are fixed, huh?
Oh, don't you worry about that. Tea time is already a write-off. If you're in the mood for tea, go ahead and help yourself. My coasters are still missing in action, though. Use this note.
Whoa! Pretty hefty note.
You can ignore those. They're just dumb scribbling. I doodle and write in my free time. Sometimes I remember the distant, dreamlike past. And other times, I grit my teeth and note down all the crazy nonsense going on in the present. Trying to predict the future is like daydreaming. Huh. Although, having said that, the only vaguely interesting memory in my past is probably that guy they call Lord Artificer. Who else? Pretty much all the mecha and Fontaine are his personal handiwork.
Wait, are you saying you know him?
I mean, I guess we were friendly enough. Yep. In fact, I'm probably the only normal person left. We used to chat occasionally back when he was still around. Before he passed away, he asked me to I honored his request. But, I mean, I couldn't let the genius of Lord Artificer—
So—
I just told you. Alain's work was like epic poetry. The formulas in my notebook are just silly little riddles and not that there's anything bad about them. Anyway, while we're on the topic, I might as well tell you about what happened to him and his friend. Alain Guillotin had 2 close buddies, Renee and Jacob. They spent their childhood years together in the Nazissenkreuz, and they were all quite competitive. So there was some rivalry between them, but it was a friendly rivalry. But beneath the friendship and the rivalry ran something deeper, a sense of nostalgia. Unfortunately, childhood would end. The prophecy would come true. A mad dream that would normally only capture the minds of lunatics begin to take root in their hearts. And if Renee and Alain had been people of lesser wits, that dream would probably have ended up as something for them to joke about in their— But alas, they were some of the sharpest minds around. They nurtured that dream with the full power of their intellect, and it grew into something that ate away at their souls. The first of them to fall under its spell was Renee. Against Alain's wishes, he persisted in experimenting on a mutual friend of theirs to try and save their life. Alain did not approve and parted ways with Renee. It's complicated. Alain wanted to believe that Renee only did what he did for the sake of their friendship. But when he told me about what happened, I could tell he still had some suspicions about Renee's motive. Perhaps the seed that would grow into a nightmare had already sprouted in Renee's mind. Even then, the next time they met, Renee's soul had been completely engulfed by the dream of salvation. And although that wave died down eventually, I hear that it just recently came back with a vengeance. As I understand, Renee wanted to live out his dream of salvation once more. But I'm told that the attempted resurgence finally died out for good. At long last, what do you think of Renee? Do you admire his transcendent genius, or do you despise him? Same difference, really. Just a matter of perspective. Really? I can't tell whether Renee no longer exists in this world. And I don't like fanatics who get... Maybe I could understand if Renee had just been an ordinary person. Anyway, that's enough about Renee. Now, moving on to Alain Guillotin, the Lord Artificer. He managed to put a stop to the first storm whipped up by Renee. To his credit, I suppose, the loss of his... After that, the only thing supporting his work was the same dream that had dragged his closest friend down to the abyss. But although the desire to save Fontaine drove him to found the Fontaine Research Institute, Alain continued to reject any form of transcendental knowledge or power. I think that formulas and machines derived solely from human intellect were the only thing that gave him a sense of... Yet Alain's intellect was simply too great. It barely left him space to breathe in his life. Once he realized that the end of his life was approaching, he finally accepted the truth. The Nazism, he quit working on his formulas, trading them in for the fairy tales that had played such a formative role in his childhood, but which he told me that the director of the Nazissenkreuz Institute used to read those fairy tales to the children as bedtime stories. Apparently, they worked wonders, as I think that all he wanted at that time in his life was to be able to sleep deeply without being plagued by depression. At the very end, he laid down to rest in the ruins of the former Nazissenkreuz Institute orphanage, while the Fontaine Research Institute he had founded continued tirelessly with its work. Many years after that, tensions over competing dreams would once again cause a rift, this time between members of the Fontaine Research Institute. And that is the story of two people from the Nazissenkreuz Institute. One went all in on his fantasy of salvation, without ever looking back, and ended up calmly sinking to the bottom of the deepest sea. The other sought desperately to burn bright in his life, even though he wasn't sure where he was going. I do sometimes wonder, even the grandest tree starts as a tiny seed. So perhaps, for each of them, their mission to save the world began with a very simple desire. They were young children with friends and family who mattered to them. Desires to explore the meaning of life, ambitions to have a successful career. Or maybe they just wanted to find something to anchor themselves within the chaos, to stop them getting quietly swept away by the storms of life. But instead, the search for their own salvation took them down the rocky road laid out. Do you think the desire to save oneself is enough of a justification to try and save the world? Sensible answer. Glad to know you've got your head screwed on straight. Alain would disagree, though. I asked him the same question back when he was in his prime. Yes, no elaboration, just a quick, short answer before getting right back to his work. All right, tea time's over. I owe Arlecchino a favor for telling me these stories. I'll have to bring a whole sack of gifts the next time I visit the House of the Hearth. I'm gonna go tinker with Polonia now. You guys can do whatever you want, as long as it doesn't involve interrupting me. Polonia, exit hibernation mode. Begin diagnostics.